Hey, welcome back to the Baco Motorsports Power Hour. I'm Mike Griffith. We're at the Kern County Raceway Park segment. I've got Steve Hughes over there where I used to sit.
Yeah, hi.
Where Louis Amestoy used to sit sometimes.
Well, and BG also used to sit here every once in a while,
Yeah,
right?
BG, yeah. So
Yeah.
you like that seat.
I love this seat, actually.
It's where Michael Hopper sits in the morning, except he's out with the flu.
I was wondering what the smell was.
No, he's been out with the flu. So
Well-
Charmaine's been in.
Oh,
Lovely
well,
Charmaine.
then that makes a lot of sense why it smells so delicious over here.
Yeah. So, yeah, far better than if Michael's. And there's no
Absolutely.
food crumbs anywhere. So that's how you know that Michael Hopper
There is a
hasn't
chicken
been there.
nugget stuck under this monitor over here, but other than that, we're good.
We're good. So, had a big weekend of racing out there this past Saturday night at Kern County Raceway Park. Had the Lucas Oil Modifieds there, and Tom Mocht was out there on Friday night, and we've got some slides that he took of their practice if Chris wants to run through those.
Well, we'll start right there. Absolutely. So there's the 51A of Austin Barnes. He was the favorite to win the 75 lapper on Saturday night, but we'll get to that here shortly. Out of Hanford, yeah.
Yep. Mr.
Eddie Secord, haven't seen him in a while. Absolutely. These cars are just so racy looking, low slung.
And there's a name that's familiar to Bakersfield.
Very familiar last name. Third Kettle. Yeah.
This is Travis, and we've got the highlights here.
Let's hear them.
The first ever points race for the Lucas Oil Modified Series. A great night of racing action that included the NASCAR Superstocks, the INEX Legends, the WRA Vintage Racers, and a special demo for the King of the Wing. Highlights are up next. We kick things off with the Lucas Oil Modified Dash for Cash. Green flag is in the air, and the 5T at Travis Third Kettle going to work. Lenny White drops into second, but Third Kettle going to continue to pull away from the field and lead all 6 laps and earn a cool $700 for the Lucas Oil Modified Dash for Cash. Next up would be the INEX Legends, and the green flag is in the air for their 30-lapper. Out in front early, the 74 of Luis Tyrell. But here comes the green and black number 24 of Ricky Schlick. Schlick to the inside. He's going to take the lead out of turn number 4. Tyrell now back to second. The 24P of Colton Page running third. Tyrell to the inside just a couple of laps later. He'll take over the lead exiting turn number 2. Page still runs in third. Ricky Schlick right there in the middle in second. Now watch this. Down the back straightaway, Schlick with some problems with his braking system. He's got to pull out of the race, and that's going to give the win to the number 74 of Luis Tyrell. Tyrell with his first ever victory at Kern County Raceway in the INEX Legends. Now it's time to travel back in time with the WRA Vintage Racers. Midgets and sprint cars from the heyday of racing. These beautiful works of art still get around the big half mile at Kern County Raceway in a hurry. Midgets and sprint cars from the 40s and 50s and 60s always put on a great show for the race fans at KCRP. The WRA Vintage Racers. Yeah, it was a full moon on Saturday night, September 17th, and we're headed to the half mile. NASCAR Super Stocks. Green flag is in the air, and the 22 at Johnny Bedingfield out front early. But check out this battle for second between the Milkman, the number 1 of Perrin Kutstra, and the number 13 of Chris Dalton. Side by side and wheel to wheel out of turn number 2. Dalton moves up into second spot. While that race was going on, Johnny Bedingfield had a mechanical issue, and Chris Dalton takes over the lead on lap number 4 and would lead the final 26 for his 3rd NASCAR Superstock victory of 2016. A little extra treat for you here, race fans. Davey Hamilton Jr. in a winged sprint car on the big half mile here at Kern County Raceway. This is a demo for the 3rd annual George Schneider Classic King of the Wing National Sprint Car Championship Series coming to Kern County Raceway on October 9th. 2016. That's a Sunday. Gates will open at 2. Opening ceremonies at 5 p.m. Get your tickets now at kernraceway.com and enjoy the 150-mile-an-hour King of the Wing sprint cars at KCRP. Next up would be the Lucas Oil Modified Series 75 lap feature, and the green flag is in the air. Into turn number 1, 27 Lucas Oil Modifieds through 1 and 2. But out of turn number 2, the 4X of Doug Ham gets up in the gray and slaps the outside wall on the opening lap. That would prove to be the only caution of this 75-lapper. Back to green flag racing action. The 5T of Travis Thurkettle is going to rail the outside and take the lead over the 99 of Lenny White. Down the back straightaway they go, and it would be all Travis Thurkettle for the first 50. The 5T machine hooked up on the big half mile at Kern County Raceway. On lap 50, a competition caution to add fuel to the Lucas Oil Modified Series race cars. And now we're back to racing action for the final 25. Taylor Minch in the number 4 on the restart, takes a look to the inside. But the 5T at Travis Thurkettle going to use that outside line and keep those RPMs up and power down the back straightaway. Late in the race, there would be a battle for the lead on the final lap, final corner. Taylor Minch making a run, but too little too late, and the 5T at Travis Thurkettle wins the first ever points race for the Lucas Oil Modified Series at Kern County Raceway.
Hey, we're back. That looked like quite the highlight package there, Steve.
Well, I'll tell you what, I can't thank Vincent Griffith enough, and Doug, he does the camera work. Vinny puts all that together for us. Our highlights are up and running usually by Wednesday of each week after the races on Saturday night. So thanks to Vincent Griffith for doing a great job for us.
Okay, well, we went through the results. I've got some of the results right here, but we went through them. We want to hit those slides real quick, Chris, and go through there. And they're obviously Travis Thurkettle, Taylor Minch, 27 cars.
Yeah, it was pretty
Wow.
amazing. You know, we had announced 30. We lost a couple in practice and started 27 on the big half mile. There's nothing better than that. They put on a great show for us.
And in the spec mods, this man winning his third win of the year. So no spins, no drama, just a win.
Yep, absolutely. He owns the track record in that division and now leads all drivers with 3 first-place finishes this year.
Chris Dalton, but Gene 5 still has the points lead with
does.
1 race left.
Yep.
And then we saw this pretty good race with Lewis Tyrell getting the win.
And I'll tell you, his reaction in the winner's circle was amazing. Very happy. It's his first win at Kern County Raceway. Had his girlfriend, his crew chief, and their pit bull puppy dog down there in Victory Lane. So it was pretty cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
Then is what we got coming up: late models, spec mods, spec late models, mini stocks, bandoleros, and supermoto. And that's what you want to talk about.
Absolutely. The
That's what
final
we
round
have.
of Supermoto this weekend is going to be a big one.
And that's what we have. Tyler Smotherman in here, who does that,
Yep.
and Cody Cates, who
Runs that.
Notes that. There you go.
There you go. So how
He
you
does
doing?
care of
that.
that.
He runs that. Yeah. Thanks for coming in today, guys.
We're glad to be here. It's very fortunate. We're very fortunate to be part of this. Huh?
So the 6th race of the year, and this is the final round. And not only are we expecting some great racing, but we're expecting some additional racers to come down and join us on Saturday night. Isn't that right, Cody?
That's correct. Brock McAllister has been gracious enough to advertise our series. He has a round coming down in Button Willow, AMA or Supermoto USA on Saturday, and AMA West on Sunday out of Button Willow. So those guys are going to come over after Saturday. The track was able to push practice back a little bit. We'll get the extra guys out there, and everyone's going to get experience racing underneath the lights out there at Kern County Raceway.
Yeah, it's going to be a cool night.
So about how
Oh,
many
yeah.
more riders are you expecting?
You know, depending on if the 250 guys want to come on over, we're looking at an extra 10 bikes, 11 bikes. We have at least talking to us, word spreads, rumors spread. People are really wanting to come down. Also, Cascadia Supermoto, which is out of Oregon, a couple guys are willing to make the trip down here because they're already going to be down there for Button Willow. So
Might as well
It's
make it a
pretty good.
3-race deal.
there you
huh?
go. It's going to be a full
Absolutely.
Supermoto weekend.
Yeah.
And Tyler, do you race the sportsman division or
I raced the amateur.
the amateur division? So it's amateur, sportsman, and pro.
Unlimited, yes.
Unlimited.
Unlimited, and quite often running all at the same time, right?
Yeah, we've done
do
that
that
once.
once?
Most of the time, we do stick the amateur class with the sportsman class. Those guys usually run together. And the unlimited, those are some of the top 5 national fastest dudes. And so
Right.
we give them the track.
So you want them to have the track
Yeah.
by themselves, and
Yeah, I mean, the sportsman guys, they're coming out. They're on a 21-inch front. They have maybe a 19, 18-inch rear. They don't have the brakes. They might not have the suspension, but they're out there racing. These amateur guys, I mean, they're hauling the mail. They've got the full setup. This guy right here, he's looking for the win. He's the track champion from last year. He's the amateur points leader right now in the Golden Empire Series. He's going out there. He's going to try to make it happen.
how long have you been doing this, Tyler?
I've been doing the supermoto for about 2 years now.
Yeah. What got you into supermoto, and what were you doing before that?
I was doing the motocross for quite some time since I was about 3 years old.
Yeah. And
How was the transition from motocross to supermoto? You think that really helped you out a ton, making the transition?
Yeah, it has. It helped me out a lot in the dirt section because we run on dirt and street, and I know the physics of the dirt, so it kind of gives me a win-win deal.
Right on. Yeah, he's
So-
going for back-to-back championships, Mike.
and totally different layout from last year to this year. So how much different is it? And do you like the changes for this year's track?
Oh, I love the
changes.
Yeah, I actually really do like the changes. They switch the track around sometimes and make different like routines and stuff. It's really
Change it up. The dirt part in there in the between turns 3 and 4, that adds a lot to it, doesn't it?
that's a big difference from just not running dirt to having dirt now. It's a good change.
Actually decided the race last time. I mean, there was a big pileup on the anthill there in the dirt section at the last Golden Empire Supermoto event. Hopefully we can avoid that, or at least throw a red flag if that happens again and
Yeah.
restart them all, huh?
Yeah, we'll make something happen this time. It was definitely an equalizer.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So what's the trickiest part of the course for you?
Trickiest part of the course for me is probably the starts, the beginnings, because you got so much running through and just thinking of a lot of things like what could happen. Just it's a big rush.
Been starting the front row or the second row?
I've been
Or by both?
starting first row most of the time. This next race I won't be there, but
So starting the first row, the idea you want to get down to that
you want to
first
get
turn.
to the first turn.
And that first turn is
First.
pretty much a hairpin corner, isn't it?
Yeah, it really
It's a pretty
yeah.
tight turn down
It's-
there, so you want to get there and get out in to the front.
Yeah, I want to get to the first one there and the first one out. Then no worries from there.
So starting in the back row, what's that do to your psyche?
Me, what does it do? It gives me of just a big drag race. Just pass everyone. That's my main goal. So
Oh.
So this weekend we'll crown champions in those 3 divisions, the sportsman, the amateur, and the unlimited. We're looking for some extra riders coming down from Button Willow, so should be a pretty exciting facet to Jim Burke Ford night at the races on Saturday.
It should be, and obviously said in the lineup there, a lot going on, a lot of different divisions,
Yeah.
plus the supermoto, and you guys do the heat races or a dash race.
we're gonna have our heat races early in the afternoon, and we're gonna go into the autograph signing.
Right.
But right before the main events, we will have a dash for cash, and that's $500 winner take all.
And is that open to everybody?
That is the top 4 unlimited guys from the
Right.
heat race and the top 2 amateurs.
Right. So
So they can get in there and mix it up, and I mean $500. It really anybody can win that.
Yeah.
It really can. The elimination style, 1 lap at a time. Anybody, if you make it happen in a couple corners, you can get that $500.
so there you go, a dash for cash, and then on to the 4-wheeled racing. And about when does the supermoto main events take place?
Supermoto main events about midway through the night. So we'll see a half-mile division, hour trophy dash. I think we'll see the bandoleros and then mini stocks, and then we'll go right into supermoto after that. So about halfway through the evening. We're going to start them a little later, so when the gates open, you're actually going to be able to see the heat races and their warm-up after gates open at 5, and then about 8, I think it's 8:30, right around there, we're going to see the supermoto main events and eliminator dash for cash.
Well, there you go. So get out there, Kern County Raceway Saturday night. Jim Burke Ford night, going to be a big night of racing.
And I
And
do,
what-
if I may, I'd like to add, we are having a Golden Empire bike night
that's
this
right.
evening at Lengthwise Pub. They're already motorcycle people. They have the motorcycles set up in the restaurant. What better place for us to go down there and kind of celebrate what's going on? We're going to have a couple of his motorcycles, a couple of the guys racing down there, have the bike set up in the restaurant. You can come down and check it out. It's the pub on Callaway and Rosedale Highway.
Okay.
So
Get
6 to
your grub
9,
on.
6 to 9.
Get your
Absolutely.
grub on, and then Saturday night, get on out to the racetrack.
And, you know, last weekend was our final doubleheader, so we didn't really mention our winners from the dirt track on Friday the 16th. I want to say congratulations to Michael Scruggs in the hobby stocks, Misty Warren in the mini stocks, Dakota Brown in the American stocks, and James Bradburn Jr. in the hardtops.
in the what used to be the Okie Bowl. hard
That's
tops.
right. Now Bakersfield hardtops, what they call them now. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming in, and we'll see you guys next week. We'll see Steve next week. Good luck on Saturday, Tyler.
thank you.
And we'll be back in a little bit with the last segment on the Baco Motorsports Power Hour.